You're gonna have to put a trigger warning in episode 3 because
chicken jockey.
What's with this hockey?
What is wrong with you fucking people? $1.8 billion? What are you doing? What the actual fuck are you people doing? You know why we can't find $1 trillion to cut in the federal budget? Because we're not killing enough of our own fucking citizens.
He needs to buy like a very nice, expensive armchair that you can just kind of set up in the corner and just watch. You know, I think that's kind of his speed here. Hello and welcome to the Trash Beer Podcast, the only podcast where 3 respectable young men drink beer and discuss today's most pressing issues. I am Rick, the audio engineer. Today I am drinking Twisted Tea Rocket Pop, nice and warm. With me, we have my co-host Skuz.
Hey, how's it going? I'm drinking a Coors Light.
Beautiful, beautiful beer. And our other co-host, Bender.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm currently drinking a mix of 2 beverages. I have my Dogfish Head 60 Minute, and I also have some Arizona Hard Teas. Couldn't get together a good group. I only have like 6 of each, so.
Very tea-focused night tonight. Very nice. With all that being said, let's get right into the news.
Oh my god.
It's a pretty big, Are we Keemstar fans now? That we did a call out?
Always and forever. Amen.
God
they
bless.
already have like a podcast network, so maybe they just need like 3 more idiots to join.
As I was already talking about this with Bender before the show, apparently Keem is looking to start up 2 more shows in the locale live cinematic universe. So we might have a shot.
Is he just looking for like generic cows, or is he looking for like horror cows, or like something?
I think he's
risque?
looking for. I'm pretty sure it's more like he's looking for normal people to talk about the content, kind of thing.
He wants non-cows to review cows.
Okay, well, at least now we don't have to light our balls on fire or admit to beating our girlfriends.
Or try to scare Frank
Exactly.
Castle off with a gun.
Or fake having cancer.
Poor Boogie.
Yeah, the fact that we've made it.
No, not poor
now
Boogie.
going
He
on
knows
the-
exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Don't say that.
I'm sorry, dude. He's such a sweetheart. What do you want me to do? He gets me every time. He pulls out the fucking magic cards and I crumple.
Do you see that like documentary where like he goes to sell his like prized magic card possession? And like the guy he's selling them to knows that he's got him by the balls, that he like can't afford it. So he only offers him like $500 total.
My favorite thing about that documentary is like 20 minutes before that exact part you're talking about, he's talking about how like, oh yeah, I was buying hookers left and right. Like, you know. Fucking Boogie, dude.
He then proceeds to take all the money he got from that and buy like tacos and shit for his like Magic the Gathering game night. So didn't even go to the mortgage.
They keep him grounded, dude. If he's not bankrolling his like 5 other, gaggly friends, I mean, is life even worth living? I don't know why you guys don't bankroll me.
That would require us to have money, which I definitely don't have.
Or jobs, which we also definitely don't have.
Yeah.
As of today, I am unemployed, so.
Well, speaking of unemployment, I kind of have a Dr. Love segment, and unemployment does factor in pretty big. It's a tale of star-crossed lovers meeting on the internet through World of Warcraft, and a jealous husband upset that a gamer is trying to steal his prized possession, his wife. You guys interested in this? Have I piqued your interest?
It's tantalizing, buddy. Go
All
ahead.
right, so let me hit you with this. So this comes from a 37-year-old man who says that his 37-year-old wife is getting a little too close to comfort with her 40-year-old gaming friend. The wife lost her job several months ago thanks to Doge, so a victim of Elon Musk. She still has no job, hasn't found anything. So she spends a lot of time gaming. And she met this guy playing World of Warcraft. They usually spend 2 to 3 hours a day gaming, but sometimes he's seen them go over 10 hours together. They've kind of moved on from World of Warcraft. They've moved on to Call of Duty, Baldur's Gate, and texting each other throughout the day. Now, the husband, doing his due diligence, does snoop. He says that nothing was out of the ordinary to him. And this is what he describes as out of the ordinary. Them sending non-sexual selfies to each other, him admitting that he is falling for the wife, but knows nothing will happen, other mild flirting, a poem that he wrote and sent to the wife, and weird comparisons to him being a shining knight trying to rescue the princess from a dragon. Now, the wife does text a couple times saying she's in love with her husband, and the husband has talked to the wife. However, she only cuts back for about a week, and then she's back to gaming, and says she would cut it off for good, forever, if the husband asks. So he says, "What should I do? I'm at a loss. I don't want to be too controlling over my wife." So far, she's somewhat kept her boundaries, but things are getting murkier. Now, there is no mention of kids. They're both 37. They're married. No mention of kids. But if she was a federal employee doing nothing, then she probably, is one of those childless cat ladies we're told so much about. And that the
Many such
guy,
cases.
yeah, and that guy does live 15 hours away. So he's not afraid of them physically meeting up. But
Meet up.
what are your takes?
I think that he needs to buy like a very nice, expensive armchair that you can just kind of set up in the corner and yeah, just watch. I think that's kind of his speed here.
Dude, you're setting him up for cock. No, come on, man. You don't even giving him a chance. There's so many more things you could do. Like, the first thing I would suggest is, you're going to go down the toxic route. Like, you've had enough. You're putting your foot down. Go onto your fucking router. And if you, some of them, they have, a mobile app, right? And you can allow who can and cannot use the network. Just cut the fucking PC off, mid-game. Just be like, nah, you're done. No more internet.
Just lag switcher.
Yeah, just drop her down to 200 kilobits or something. Just completely ruin the game.
They're about to beat the raid boss, and he just flips the switch and he just dies.
I think this guy has a chance. Yeah, I think this guy has a chance to save his marriage by making this woman hate gaming as much as possible. Cancel the WoW subscription, because I imagine it's on a credit card that they're both on. Report it as fraudulent. Get the WoW subscription.
So assumedly he's paying for it.
He's not even looking at the basic steps. He's trying to find if there's some sort of grace of God, wholesome Chungus way of separating these two. And if you don't want to be confrontational and be you either stop fucking playing with this guy or I want a divorce, and you gotta be a scumbag. And scumbag's where it's at, coming from the guy named Skuz.
What happens though if she discovers these covert operations? What if your OPSEC is not tight enough?
This is when you go down the full black pill and you just start telling her how the women shouldn't play video games.
Ow. I thought you were going to say go the gaslight gatekeep.
This is gaslighting. You tell them that their brains are too gentle and fragile for a while. I have questions about the dynamic of the two gamers in question, right? Is the predatorial male, is he a mage, or is he a barbarian, or are we talking about what would be the wimpy? I don't play WoW.
He's probably a fucking monk or some bullshit.
Yeah, if he's a monk, I'd stop worrying now. This guy's never gonna, it'd be your wife that makes the wrong step.
Yeah, I think the physical distance is one thing that kind of buys him a lot of time that he wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, kind of
Um,
kiboshes any immediate action.
But this is insane to me that he described this as like no real warning flags, just afraid of stuff getting worse, where it's like they're sending each other selfies. The guy says he's falling for her. Now he does say, I know nothing will happen. The husband describes this as mild flirting in their texts. They text all day, he said, outside of gaming. Sometimes they game for 10 hours. She's unemployed. She's allegedly looking for a job. I would say honesty is the best policy here, but they've talked and she only backs down for a couple days or a week and then they're talking again. So
I'm just imagining like he's just like sitting there like scrolling through his phone and he gets a DM from this guy and he just goes, "I want to have sexual intercourse with your wife," and he just looks at that and goes, "Nothing out of the ordinary."
Baby, you got a text.
Yeah. Oh, your friend, he's so funny.
I mean, you're stop. He has to go down the dark side. He has to go like Lord Sidious on this. I don't think you can wholesome Chungus this like peacefully. I think you either need to be confrontational or you got to be like a little backstabbing bitch.
Right. Either you run some covert ops or you buy an armchair. That's kind of the
no.
options.
Armchair is not an option
It's
in
the
my
red
world.
pill and the blue pill. He's gonna take one.
There's no blue. Stop forcing people to take the blue pill. The two of you, I swear to God. Listen, if he really wants to have this glorious, wholesome, I won my wife back, he needs to do the South Park episode where Stan has to deliver the sword to the group, and he's like, Stan, like he's got to come in and like beat the final boss, like help them beat the whatever the nerd speak is for this, and then win her over again. She's clearly falling out of love. Like, the lady is in a shit place. She was a useless government worker who lost her useless job, and is now being a useless bed blob playing
Actually,
WoW
wait a
all
minute.
day.
There's another option here we haven't considered yet. What if he gets himself fired, and then he just starts playing WoW all day with her?
How about you get a real hobby, right? Like, I think he's in the good spot that he's not playing WoW. And I don't think he should jeopardize that for his potentially shitty wife. I mean,
do you want this person as your wife though? That like they're slowly drifting, and they're not really setting up any guardrails to some guy who's 40 years old playing video games, and he's playing video games all day with her, by the way. She's unemployed. What is this guy? This guy thinks maybe he has a job working nights or something, but the husband has no idea. We don't know who this guy is.
It's during the day and working during the night. When does he sleep? That's
my thing is that I don't remember if in the post they described they specified whether the friend texted the wife saying that like, oh yeah, I'm like kind of in love with her, but like I know it's never gonna go anywhere, or did he say it to the guy? Because either one of them, if the other one told the other, the person who whatever, right? If somebody said this, I would have been like, stop talking to them. And if my wife refuses to stop talking to the guy that said he's in love with her, that's grounds for dismissal.
I believe the context was that he was snooping, and this is all like normal things he finds when he's snooping.
Yeah, this is the stuff he caved. He said he was doing some OPSEC just because he got a feeling, but then he described all this as normal and mundane. But yeah, the wife did not tell him about the gamer friend texting the wife.
I'm telling you, dude, he's in the armchair mindset already. He can't
we
get out.
We got to get him out of this. He sounds like the perfect person to be listening to the Trash Beer podcast, and I'm speaking directly to OP here. It's time to get out of the chair, okay? It's time to rise up, my brother. You're gonna go over to your scuzzy wife, your disgusting government leech wife, and you're gonna tell her she's gonna put down the fucking the WoW. She's gonna drop the keyboard. She's gonna pick up a pen and fill out a job application. She's gonna go to the gym. She's gonna make dinner, and she's gonna stop being a useless piece of shit because you ain't having
Yeah, or else.
it. Yeah, or what is she gonna do? She's got no job. I'm sure fucking, her knight in shining armor 15 hours away ain't got the fucking money that she needs. like this guy needs to just wake up and smell the roses. Get out of the chair, brother. And keep listening to the Trash Beer podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, please
The
keep
only place
listening.
you can get the truth.
Speaking of the fucking truth, have you guys been listening to all the protests and shit going on right now? My favorite thing about all this, besides one that I do think we need to do a special on all the cops that like to shoot people in the dicks at protests. Have you heard about this Florida sheriff? It's like if you look at us, you're going in a body bag. If you talk to us, we're gonna obliterate your entire family. You know who I'm talking about?
No, that just kind of sounds like a general Florida police officer. Like I just
That sounds like every cop in America.
My favorite thing about Florida is that every cop in America retires to there and then picks up being a cop again. So every like press briefing that comes out of Florida has like the craziest fucking menage of accents. Like you got like a guy that like retired from like Texas. He's like, well, he got away in his '02 Camry, right? And then you got like my favorite one is this dude. He has to be from like South Jersey, like Philadelphia. He's like, yeah, he got away in an '02 Camry. We were in pursuit for about about half an hour. Like, but this guy. I mean, I just love that. Like everybody's like, it's a peaceful protest. It's so peaceful. We only gotta flip like 2 Priuses. And he's like, we will kill you, your friends, your family, your mother, your pet. Do not come near my cops. Do not come near my fucking sheriffs. It's too based.
Is this the same sheriff that like anytime they like they shoot like a violent offender, they literally just post like a TikTok of like a dance party? Is this the same guy?
I don't know. If it is, he got significantly fatter. I saw a lot of people call him Colonel Custard. and if he wore white, he'd be Doug Dimmadome. This dude is like who's the Chiefs, Andy Reid. He looks like fucking Andy Reid. Like did anything even fucking happen over the weekend? Like, did anything of importance ever come out of these fucking protests?
I think I'm pretty sure most of the No King's Day protests were relatively peaceful, all in all.
There's a couple of deaths. I think I think it was the Salt Lake City one. Like 3 people were shot. One of them died. And then there was another protest somewhere where a guy like rammed a bunch of protesters with his car. I was like, oh shit.
Was it a Mustang?
I don't know. It might have been a Charger, dude. The guy might have just been getting out of boot camp. Took his entry bonus. He
was late to the military parade. Is probably what happened.
He was like, oh shit. Oh, these people are in the way. I gotta get on I-80 quick.
Oh, dude, because a parade equals dictatorship.
The parade does equal dictatorship.
That was said this before you said that, so I don't.
That parade. Now, well, come on. I've got like a flow of thought. All right, a flow of consciousness. Okay, and I want to shit on libs. That's what I want to do. And why were they having this big protest? Well, 1, ICE, and 2, this fucking parade. It's just a parade. And it's like, it's the 250th anniversary of the art. If Kamala was elected, they would have this fucking parade.
You got to admit though, it was a pretty sad parade. Like I saw the pictures. I saw the pictures. There was like nobody there. Trump was literally falling asleep, sleepy Trump. Like,
I'm sorry, half the country couldn't fit into the shittiest city.
No, dude, it was empty. It was fun. There was like 10
have you
people.
been to DC?
Dude, there was
It
like
can fit 10 people. It can only fit 10. It can fit.
Don't like
half the
3
cabinet.
million people or some shit live in DC?
No,
like
you live
crazy amount of
around
people live
DC
in
because you
DC?
can't fucking live in DC. It's a fucking sinkhole in the middle of a swamp. So yeah, it wasn't gonna have
Yeah, but we
100,000 people
have
at
whole
it.
states that are sinkholes in the middle of a swamp, and people live there.
Yeah, because Jersey's got like I don't know the shore. You know, fucking you know like DC doesn't have that. DC has Virginia next to it and
You
Maryland.
got like you could get to like the Delaware Shore pretty fast from there, can't you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I
But
want to point out 2 things about
here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Bye for Biden coming in hot. One.
He's gonna die in the next year, and how are you gonna take
he
it?
has stage 9 prostate cancer, but we'll remember him forever. He'll be in the history books. When there's like Mount Rushmore 2 stacked on old Mount Rushmore, it's only gonna have one face. It's gonna be Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.
It'll have
That's
4
pretty-
faces, but they're all Biden.
All
That's
Biden.
pretty totalitarian. Pretty.
It's
Okay,
only
can I,
totalitarian if he did it himself.
I want to get to my point here for this conservatard. Number 1, Trump got caught on a hot mic during the No Kings Day Trump military parade, and he said that Kim Jong-un is a great leader and his people listen when he speaks, and that's what I want for my people. He's literally saying, I want to be like Kim Jong-un, where I have a bunch of obedient lapdogs that have no, difference in opinion than me. And then number 2,
I mean, in North
Number
Korea,
2.
you'll literally get shot if you don't applaud. Like,
Bender, also let me remind you, I think I've heard Biden on record a couple times say something along the lines of corn pop. Like,
we love
what the
corn
fuck
pop.
are you talking about?
In this
Like,
household,
shut the-
Corn Pop is a hero. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, Trump can't even be a good dictator. Like Rick was saying, the parade sucked. I saw all these memes of people comparing it to like Russia when they do military parades, China when they do military parades, Iran, North Korea. Those guys are dictatorships, right? And they do military parades beautifully. They're actually like some good pomp and circumstance. Instead of seeing a bunch of sweaty geriatric, pot-bellied freaks walking.
What fucking
side by
parade were
side
you
with
watching?
it.
No, shut the fuck. What were you watching? I saw kids like flying American flags. I saw people cheering. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like delusion. You're delusional.
I saw some clips. I thought it was weird. I don't know if this was for like the whole thing, but like it looked like they weren't even having like the troops like march. They were just kind of walking. They weren't
It
even
looks
like,
like it wasn't even a parade. It looks like they just showed up.
yeah, like literally.
Wonder if they're gonna storm the Capitol while they're there.
There was a guy just walking by and he had like a drone in his hand and he was just like waving. And it was like, what are you doing?
It
Fly the
probably
drone.
was part of the cops. You would tell if they were in the military if he was wearing a fucking
No,
army
he was
uniform.
in full uniform and he was like in like
Then his job was to do something other than march. I mean, were you gonna be like, well, the tanks weren't marching? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Did they even drive any tanks? I didn't even see
Yeah, they
any
did,
tanks.
dickhead. They hauled like 30 fucking M1 Abrams into the fucking onto, what was it, Constitution Avenue or something like that? Did you watch it?
And you know how many?
No,
you know how
no one
many
watched
Kim
it. When you
Jong-un
talk,
did?
You fucking libs. Jesus Christ. You hate this country more than our fucking enemies.
I was busy at the No Kings protest in Trenton, New Jersey, and it was pretty crazy.
All right, buddy. You know what? I think it's safe
boy-
to say it was the No Brains protest. Yeah, you like that? No brains.
I just wanted to let you know to
You can't clap back.
our Blue Sky community that that Skuz's hate and awful rhetoric is not appreciated. No brains is an ableist slur, and we will not stand for that on this podcast.
I was about to say, can there be a community on Blue Sky when there's like 4 people who use that app? Like,
You're
I'm
gonna
telling
have
you,
to
it-
put
community. Maybe
It's
like
so
a
fucking
commune,
dead on
not
there.
like a community.
You're
so
gonna have
fucking
to put a trigger warning in episode 3 because we since episode 2 we've started a Bluesky account, and God, they're not gonna be ready for what I have to say.
I love them over there, but there's just not many of them. They're very kind and engaging people. They engage, but there's not a lot going on. Even like their big hitters, Mark Cuban, like a couple days ago, is like, you guys need to get your heads out of your ass, or this platform will die. And I was like, listen, I've only been here for 2 days, but this platform is pretty much already dead.
You know
It
what?
has
I agree with the
stayed across
billionaire. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I love billionaires.
Wow, these
I
people
love-
are so friendly. Billionaires are telling them to get their heads out of their asses. What are you talking about? What the
Dude,
fuck
I'm
are
just
you
saying, Mark Cuban, he's our answer to Trump. You guys have a billionaire, we need to get a billionaire, and he's like the only one on the docket. He's all we
No,
have.
you want to beat MAGA, you're gonna have to get the Soros. You're gonna have to engage Soros again.
I thought the
You know-
Dems were gonna run the Rock though.
Yeah.
He's like a billionaire, right?
And now he's a fake Hawaiian. He's fake Hawaiian. That's all I know about The Rock. Wasn't he in those shitty movies?
Actually, he's Samoan.
He was in Jumanji.
He was in Jumanji. So was Jack Black.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I think they should run Jack Black. I mean, all you gotta say is la 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 lava.
Well, now, there's a different word you have to say. Different combination of those kind of words.
Go on, Rick. Say it. You already put the trigger warning in. You might as well.
Chicken jockey.
It never gets old.
It never gets old.
So
But let's
clearly,
just be clear real quick about Trump. Authoritarian. Arrests the U.S. Senator. All these Minnesota politicians are dropping like flies. And for what? For Trump to have his little birthday cake.
do you
I need to
think
have
Trump?
my birthday cake. I need to eat it. I want to eat my
It's the
birthday
best
cake like
cake.
a little piggy.
It's got lots of chocolate and frosting.
I'm over here just saying, you guys are stupid. Haha. It was a cool parade. You're insisting that a guy called the hit on 2 Minnesotan politicians. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I think he called some guy to call a hit. I think he
That's still
called
calling
on.
hit.
No, he called on a guy to
he-
call on a guy.
You're implying the intention
call
was
it.
is that he was going to find a way to get these 2 killed.
I mean, he's not going to lose any sleep over those 2 being killed. He's
You
definitely
had-
happy.
You're implying that Donald Trump called a friend of a friend to get some guy dressed in the fucking Walter.
No, not a
Walter
formal
mask.
call. An informal call from propaganda that is used in conservative spheres to rile someone up to take action, to do a hit. That's what I'm saying.
What was
Didn't
the
that
guy's
guy?
name?
Didn't that guy literally work? Wasn't he a Tim Walz staffer?
Yeah, but he was like a crazy evangelical. I don't know what Tim Walz is doing, but you guys gotta understand. All right, hear me out. Because yeah, he has a Tim Walz connection, and Tim Walz kind of sucks ass. I don't like Tim Walz. Not a
Like
Tim
Guys
Walz
for
guy.
Harris, dude. How could you say that? He was trying to
Yeah.
help you.
He was for Harris though, not for Tim Walz.
Yeah, he wasn't for Biden. But the problem with this is, like, in any government, you have Republicans and Democrats working under you as city and government employees. That happens all the time. Like, literally, Biden had like Republican members of his cabinet. Like, it happens. Sometimes you pick people because they run the thing, and then what happens underneath is, or in their own home lives, is some dark and twisted shit, man. Like, think about all the people that Trump hired and then fired. And then Trump's like, I never knew anything about them. Are you going to say that Trump did know everything about those people? Like Mnuchin, Flynn, Rex Tillerson, Vivek.
Flynn's
how
a
many other
fucking
people?
Big
coward.
balls. Can't forget big
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah, big balls. Like, all these people. Like, you have to understand that sometimes people work in government and they have a different political. Like, Mueller was literally a Republican appointed by Democrats. Like it's on how this shit works.
And he's a rat. And you know what? Sometimes rats get under the fucking floorboards, buddy. You would know you're a fucking Democrat.
I'm just saying the Tim Walz connection doesn't mean he was a Democrat, but he was an evangelical preacher. He had multiple preaching missions. He tried to convert Islamic extremists into Christianity. That was like his main focus. He was focused on Islam.
Yes, so was Tim Walz importing all those fucking Somalis into Minnesota. What the fuck are you talking about? These two are peas in a pod. He wanted them to die. He wanted them to make it look like... Dude, I'm going off the fucking deep end here. You're trying to run any circle to make it so that a guy who had nothing to fucking do with it called it a hit. What are you talking? You're bringing up trading Islamic extremists. This dude is just fucking crazy. It's like the guy who firebombed the Pennsylvania governor's house on not Hanukkah, the other one, Passover, right? Like, did you think Trump hired him too? you're fucking sick in the head.
No, that guy loved like Palestine or whatever. He belongs to Hassan Piker.
No, that guy was fucking just crazy. He hated him for the fucking budget and
why
shit.
Why was he crazy? Why was he crazy? It's because of the rhetoric.
Have you ever visited like central Pennsylvania?
I think he was crazy. The main indicator that he was crazy was that he lit the governor's house on fire.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the signifier here. You would know why he did it if you visited central Pennsylvania.
Why are we talking about this guy and not the guy who just killed a bunch of politicians? Why are we talking about a guy
because I'm trying to make a point. It's like you're trying to draw some sort of conclusion instead of this motherfucker is just crazy.
You have a retarded point.
All right, I got a sideshow this real quick. I gotta let the people know that we here at the Trash Beer Podcast apologize for Bender's language. Okay, please excuse.
The Blue Skyers were very sorry. It's very incorrect politically.
I am getting paid to say this, so
yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to go back to the Blue Sky people. I just want to say that, like,
dude.
I open up X. And I see nothing but conservative propaganda and like ads for prostate like stimulators. And then I go into Blue Sky and all I see is like liberal soy posting and ads for like some cosplayers OnlyFans. These are the things I'm seeing. And I'm just saying that you get trapped in that for long enough, man. You're going to come out pretty messed up. You're going to have like 6 of those things in your ass. And it's gonna really overstimulate.
Listen to how you fucking talk, dude.
No, dude.
Maybe it's time you get out of the chair, like our good buddy in the Dr. Love segment. No. Maybe it's time you get out of the chair and you wake up and you smell the roses, Bender.
All right, I'm not going to be able to convince you on this point. I just want to say I don't think Trump killed anyone directly. I think his rhetoric may have had an indirect impact at some point on someone's life. But I will be able to change you on this point because Rick has a crazy story in the gaming world.
Before we go to Gamerland, let's get a beer check. Look for a little beer check from the crew. Skuz, how many beers you had?
I am on number 3, and I'm gonna need a lot more if Bender keeps running his fucking mouth.
Very nice, very nice. I am also on number 3 of these very warm Twisted Tea Rocket Pops. They're actually not as bad as I thought they would be. I definitely have to get something trashier for next episode. What about you, Bender?
I've been day drinking in expectation of the podcast, so this is my 4th since we started the pod. This will be my 9th since around 4 p.m.
Uh-oh. He might be ready to get out of that chair, folks.
Yeah, actually, don't get out of the chair. Hand over your keys, buddy.
Dude, I have to drive. I have to drive to Skuz's house and kill him. I have to do it.
Donald Trump told me to do it.
Dude, Trump told me in a dream.
Oh, God. But yeah, so back to Gamerland for a hot minute here. So as of recording, the Nintendo Switch has officially been out for 10 days. But actually, the real news we're talking about is what happened in the first 4 days. Because I got this article here. Nintendo Switch 2 sets record, selling over 3.5 million units globally in the first 4 days.
Oh, fuck off. No.
The new, more powerful console is the fastest selling Nintendo game system ever. And I believe it is also the fastest selling console just ever. But they only claim Nintendo, because if they say console ever, Sony's gonna find 35 million more PS2s that were sold that they forgot about. So but yeah, in the 4 days following its June 5th launch, the Nintendo Switch 2 game system sold more than 3.5 million units worldwide. Fans around the world are showing their enthusiasm for Nintendo Switch 2 as an upgraded way to play at home and on the go, said Nintendo of America President Chief Operating Officer Doug Bowser. And they go on like that, they're very grateful. All I'm saying is, the whole point here is, Skuz, you were wrong. People very much do, in fact, like this console. What do you have to say about that?
What is wrong with you fucking people? $1.8 billion? What are you doing? What the actual fuck are you people doing? You know why we can't find $1 trillion to cut in the federal budget? Because we're not killing enough of our own fucking citizens. What the fuck are we doing? $1.8 billion? $500 a pop so you can play fucking 5-year-old games on the go.
Hey, Mario Kart is a brand new game. Okay,
I think I get it. I love being the fourth wall for the show and letting people know what we do in the background. Rick, kindly let me know that there are several new games that have come to the Nintendo shop. Rick, would you like to explain what they are?
Sure. Let me just pull up the eShop real quick.
You used a certain category. I believe they're all the same kind of game.
Oh, are you talking? Well, listen, to preface this, I didn't go looking for these. I just know for a fact that there's definitely
and I want you to say
exclusive dating simulators. There's definitely at least like 3 already.
Yeah, and you need to spend $500 to get a fucking dating sim up and running.
That's not what I said.
That was the Switch 1 incapable of running some fucking dating sims?
I
so
cannot.
You got to tide you over until your fucking monkey game comes out?
I don't play dating simulators.
You're clearly willing to fucking glaze them. Listen, how is it that you fucking monkey brains at the No Brains protest are willing to hand over $500 fucking dollars? But you're not willing to fucking pay your taxes so that we don't get nuked into the fucking ground from like China and Russia. I don't understand.
It was actually $530 because I did pay my taxes. Got him.
Congrats. Both of you need to get out of the chair. Both of you need to get up, smell the fucking roses, put on a clean pair of underwear, and throw that shit in the trash. Get your money back.
Mario Kart World was pretty good for $50 because I got it as the bundle. Splatoon 3, I'm a big Splatoon guy. I played it since the Wii U.
Not a new game.
Very good series. Not a new game, but there was an update. I missed out on Splatoon 3. I now have Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 is great.
I don't care. It's not a new fucking game, man.
But it has an update. It has a Switch 2 update.
Alright, they updated fucking Cyberpunk. Are the Switch 2 guys fucking pogging too? Are you? Oh!
Yeah, dude. Fucking all the stores near me are sold out of Switch 2 Cyberpunk. It must be good.
Stop because they can finally play it! Because they weren't able to play it on the first fucking one. Oh my god. What are you people do? Can I have $500 if I just make a handheld? Will you people hand me over $500? Because that's the easiest fucking grift of all time. Listen, at some point, a game will come out. All you have to do is hodl.
Wait, guys, I want to circle for a second there. Are we officially announcing our first merch product, the Skuz deck?
Yeah, I guess we are. Because if it's that fucking easy, dude, slap a Raspberry Pi behind a giant fucking LCD screen, and you fucking morons will come in droves.
Fuck, I mean, Amber Nick did it. Like, it can't be that hard. Like, random Chinese company, like, out of
Bender,
nowhere.
come on, buddy. Come on. Let's get the glaze going.
I just want to say that the Switch 2, in terms of revenue, has probably exceeded Trump's budget for his military parade. So I think that's very poggers. I think that's very cool.
Right. So should the federal government release a handheld to fund our fucking parades?
Why not, dude? I'm saying, at this point, like, the federal government is trying to get rid of public broadcasting. Let's not do that and have like a handheld that does like PBS, NPR.
Wait.
Let's get it all together.
I got it. We nationalize Xbox.
This is the most un-American thing. You cannot say nationalize in reference to the United States. What the hell is wrong
we
with
nationalize stuff all the time.
Yeah, Amtrak. It's looking great. Like,
did you hear about that? Amtrak, they're gonna cut like the budget on the Northeast Corridor, the one place where Amtrak actually makes money.
Makes its money.
Yeah, they're like, we're just gonna
4 years of liberal rule.
There. That's so fucking stupid, dude. This is, you know what? Maybe Nintendo should be in charge of the United States government. They probably do a lot better.
They made $1.8 billion in 4 days, so they know how to balance a budget.
More than those ever cut, and they just made it in 4 days.
Oh, like this is like what drains my power level, dude. Like,
also, just so you guys know, next week's gaming update is going to be epic because I ordered the Nintendo GameCube Nintendo Classics wireless controller, so that's going to get a full review next week.
Are you telling me you can't use the Nintendo GameCube controller that came out for the fucking Switch 1? You had to buy a new one?
No, you can. I just wanted a wireless one.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You already had a controller.
I actually had two.
Stop consuming! Like, I mean, listen, it's great for the economy, but it's going to fucking Japan. It's stop it.
Dude, the tariffs are going right back to us, baby.
Oh,
yeah, the tariffs go back.
Tariff, aren't you?
We're dropping the tariffs. Oh my god, stop giving them your fucking money. Go listen.
Also,
you know what?
Also,
you love your,
my money
do the two of you love your country? Shut up. Do the two of you love your fucking country?
I love my country more than anything.
All right, you're gonna get out of your crusty chair. You're gonna put on a clean pair of underwear. I'm doing this bit one more time. You're gonna put on a clean pair of underwear. You're gonna put on some blue jeans. You're gonna go down to a Ford dealership, and you're gonna go pick up a Ford Ranger right fucking now.
Oh no, fuck you
Because you
guys.
love this
You guys
country.
are doing,
Don't do
you
it.
guys are doing gay employee pricing, which is just a lie. It's just like,
you love your country. You will drive pickup.
Bender, don't do it because before you put on those blue jeans, he's gonna tell you to put on thigh highs next, and then it's over.
And
yeah, I think I have a conservative meme that I see like every day on Bluesky with like the snake with like the ball gag, and it's like, please tread on me. That's what you sound like. You're like, please tread on me.
Shut the fuck up, Bender. Shut the fuck up, Jesus. You think I'm like a snake with a ball gag in my mouth? You think I'm what the fuck do you even call that? I mean, you're a libtard, but what am I?
Well, I am a soy knight. That is what we in the biz call a defender of liberty and justice.
Bisexual.
Yeah, bisexual for Biden. It's not like not bi as in two different. It's just bi as in Biden. But any other last minute thoughts about the Switch before Skuz literally has a heart attack in his chair?
I just want to say I love the Switch 2. I love Nintendo. I love Mario. I love everything Japanese. Basically, and America, because Japan is America's greatest ally.
Oh shit! Should we change it to Japan now? Do you think Israel's lost too much clout?
I will not be making any comments in any regards regarding Israel. But I think Japan is definitely in the conversation. I feel like the top three are like Israel, Japan, and Korea.
Well, clearly you
Well-
made a stance because you were willing to say Japan's now our greatest ally. So you got some explaining to do to the 2 Blue Sky listeners that didn't kill themselves yet.
I will not elaborate.
I will say that Syria is probably having a fucking field day. They're probably having like backyard barbecues, parties. Like they topple a regime that was pro-Iran, and now Israel and Iran, like their 2 enemies in the new regime, are just like bombing the shit out of each other. Like the Syria government stay winning, dude.
Except for the fact that Israel's occupying like the western like border provinces, or not provinces, but they have like a small incursion into the western side of Syria.
Sure, but that's like a we'll get them in the next round kind of. You know, they get their little moment.
Yeah, they're just casually carving out a nice little empire for themselves. A little bit of Lebanon for me, a little bit of Syria.
And I was saying the Syrians get their little. They get to like they get to chuckle to themselves for this moment in time.
I don't think they do, dude. They've got missiles over top of them from 2 different.
Yeah, but
countries.
they're not hitting Syria. So like, who cares?
Yeah, but if you saw fucking missiles flying over your suburban neighborhood, would you feel comfortable? Because it's probably not good for me.
I would crack another Twisted Tea rocket pop like I just did.
That sounds like cope. That doesn't sound like fear, which you should
It's
be
the
feeling.
rocket pop. When I see a rocket, I pop it. What do you? do you not get it?
That's too clever.
Skuz, bold of you to assume there are suburbs in Syria. Like, what?
Well,
Cities? Are there cities in Syria?
all right, maybe we don't get into the population makeup of a Middle Eastern country.
I think it's safe to say that if there is a city somewhere in Syria, there is most likely at least small suburban area around it. I think it's a little wild to assume because they're not the United States that they can't have a suburban area.
That's
not a very progressive thought to take.
That's not where I was going. I think this is MAGA once again misconstruing. Very obvious.
Where the fuck else could I go?
Fake news, Skuz, media.
Yeah, fake news, Skuz. But I do want to turn our attention to an interesting story in Florida. Might have something to do with the Israel-Iran conflict. A man who called 911 after claiming he did not get sex that he paid for was arrested. 21-year-old Sultan Jiza Muhed Al-Faneh called 911 several times early Sunday night. He said he paid $300 for a private room at Oz Gentlemen's Club in Clearwater. All this information comes from the Pinay, Florida County Sheriff's Office. And he was arrested for not for soliciting sex, but instead for a misdemeanor of misuse of a 911 system. Apparently, this guy was getting pretty lit at the strip club. He paid $300 for a private room. He tried to get the stripper to sleep with him, and ultimately he was arrested after several drunken calls to 911. Is this what America is all about, Skuz? We'll go to you.
I'm going to pass the torch to Rick.
So basically, he paid for a lap dance, and then called the police because he didn't get prostitution. Is basically what you're telling me.
Yeah, but he didn't get arrested for that. He got arrested for misusing 911.
Honestly, the stripper should have been arrested for false advertising. You know, she was probably insinuating. You know, it's the implication of the matter. You know what I'm saying?
There is an implication. $300 for a private lap dance sounds crazy. Can't you just like sit next to like the stage and get a?
He probably paid because I've been to a strip club once in my life, so I'm an expert on this. What they usually do is it's different fees for different times. So he probably just paid for the longest time, assuming that like, okay, this is like the special rate.
Well, this took place in Clearwater, you said, right?
Yeah, Clearwater.
So clearly, this was a a Scientologist stripper who, he's paying for dialectics on top of the dance. You know, she's taking his fucking heart rate down and telling him about all the demons inside of him, and that the next course will set him free.
Purging his demon while he purges his demons.
It's just you gotta wonder if he only got slapped with that making a false report to 911 because it's like Clearwater and they've got all their fingers in the cookie jar. We need to know, was this guy a Scientologist? I'm gonna, based off the name you gave me, I'm not sure he's a Scientologist.
X the doubt there.
But we don't know, and maybe this is a cover up to something darker.
I think so based off the name, it's possible he was a foreigner, right? So I think the police were just they probably just were kind of feeling kind of bad, and they were like, okay, we're really going to charge this guy with fucking soliciting sex. Now let's do something, but let's not fuck him.
I love the implication of this guy's a foreigner, that he has the understanding of in America, if you don't like your food, you can send it back and get your money.
Yeah,
and he's thinking that if he calls the police, he'll get his money back for the lap dance. I mean, $300 do you think it's a good lap dance? I have
clearly not. He called the police.
Yeah, but we don't know what his interpretation of a good lap dance is. I feel like it's very objective.
We might have once the podcast starts making money, we might have to do some market research on the matter.
What's Gaylord up thinking about that? Bender, come on, buddy.
Okay, one, we're not supposed to use our real names here, so the fact you called me Gaylord, that's doxing.
I'm so sorry. I named you.
$300 in Clearwater's got to be a lot of money, right? She better have diamond
if it's
encrusted
Scientology
nipples.
land, that's actually peanuts. That's nothing.
She better have diamond encrusted nipples. She better have been full contact. It should have been a full contact sport. You go in there and you're trying to play flag football with NFL players, you're gonna get destroyed, right? So you gotta, But then again, 21. I'm wondering if he just turned 21 and he just got really drunk. I'm wondering if he never drank before.
It could also be one of those things where if he was just more Sigma Chad, he might have actually got what he wanted, but he was just a soy boy, so he just fucking there was no shot.
Maybe this guy has a wife who got let go by Doge, and he was just trying to.
No, dude, if anything, this is the WoW Lord. This, you gotta get this frustration.
I play a bard. I'm very good at seducing people. I got rid.
Don't you love how it all just comes together at the end? No strings left untied.
I'm imagining they get into the room and he's like, "Have sex with me," and he rolls a d20 and it lands on a 1.
He's like, I gotta call the police. I'm calling them right now. This ain't gonna work.
I don't think our WoW guy could muster up the courage. I mean, I don't know, because he had the courage to confess to the woman that he was falling in love with her, knowing he had a wife. So maybe this dude does have the balls to stroll up to a Clearwater strip club.
Should we do a job opening, like a Trash Beer Careers? We need a WoW correspondent.
For strippers, or?
A WoW correspondent.
Once we start making money.
A WoW correspondent.
Well,
I'm just thinking, this guy apparently was able to worm his way in and destroy a marriage. This guy, just based off of, his tendencies to call 911, probably plays WoW,
I think maybe we just need to recruit these two guys. We could make the Avengers of sexual degenerates.
Yeah, just start collecting. Every time we talk about someone sexually degenerate, we're gonna reach out to them after they've done ruining their lives.
Yeah, we'll get these two guys. We'll get the teacher from episode 1.
Leave her. Wasn't she also in Florida?
Yes. Yeah. It all comes back to Florida, dude.
Is this why I refuse to visit that scumbag state? I don't think there's a single good person in it.
You don't want to go see Mickey Mouse? You can go see Mickey Mouse.
Well, I could go to California for that too.
Yeah, but that one's worse.
Dude, I don't know. What's worse, sex offenders or Disney adults?
Disney adults.
Am I
100%
a
Disney
kid in
adults.
this scenario?
There's actually a lot of overlap between the two groups. It's kind of.
It just
I do love
depends
the
on if I'm a
contemplation.
minor or not.
Like you guys weren't immediately like, oh, that's so hyperbolic. like Disney adults.
I didn't
Wow,
say that. I
guys,
said
what a
if I'm
profound
over,
statement. Let me think about this critically.
I would hope that you would take me seriously, you fucking dick.
Listen, right now it's the Rocket Pops that are talking.
How you doing on the Rocket Pops?
I'm at number 7 actually.
Holy shit!
dude,
bugged
you
out
work
quick.
fast.
I got so fucking angry, and then God, if we do the Nintendo segment every week, I might actually die. Like you guys might have to put up a job
We're
posting
doing it
for
every week.
Skuz.
We might actually do a mini episode. We might do like a half-week mini episode of just the Switch 2.
I mean,
Let us know in the comments if you want a half-week mini episode of the Switch 2.
Yeah, and then like it if you want to do an in memoriam for Skuz at the end of it.
And hit
Yeah,
the
like-
bell if you send
Like,
money in lieu of
comment,
flowers.
subscribe.
Yeah,
If we
once
get to 7 subscribers by episode 4, we're gonna start Marvel movie Mondays, and if we get to 10 subscribers,
not the e-begging to start doing Marvel movie Mondays. No,
Hey,
dude.
Bender, listen, I'll do Marvel movie Mondays, but only if we get to do Weezer Wednesdays.
what's with this hockey, my girl?
You know, at the time of this recording, we're all still actively employed. When the fuck are we gonna find the time to do a Weezer Wednesday, Marvel movie Monday? Like,
The Switch mini episodes.
It's actually really fucked because you guys work days and I work nights. So,
Are we sure you're not the home wrecker from the first story? The guy worked nights.
I never got into WoW. I'm gonna be honest. I could never.
I neither did.
I was more of a
never
I was a
did either.
RuneScape kid. I was a poor kid, so I could only play RuneScape.
I'm gonna age myself, but I was a Club Penguin kid.
I was a Pirates of the Caribbean MMO RPG kid.
Dude, Pirates of the Caribbean Online was so fucking good. They got to bring that shit back.
It was
Hey,
so
Bring it
good.
back.
What about Wizards 101?
Yeah, it was
I didn't know
fine.
you were
I,
gay.
I couldn't
What-
stick my teeth into it.
All right, as the Bluesky correspondent, I do not ever want to hear a gay allegation coming out of you. All right?
I didn't know you were gay, bro.
To the one Bluesky listener that's still listening,
Yo, Skuz thinks he's Harry Pooper. What the hell?
dude, it was fucking based, man. You could like summon like the Skeletor to come and beat up a fucking warlock. It was awesome.
You know
There
where
was a-
else you could summon a skeleton? Pirates of the Caribbean Online and
Could you-
RuneScape.
Could you really? Did I miss out on Pirates of the Caribbean online?
Dude, it was so good. You could get like all kinds of ships, and you could like do like naval combat, and you could do fucking crew battles. It was crazy.
All right,
it really
all right.
was ahead of its time.
Let
I like
me
them
ask
all.
you: did you guys play Cartoon Network? Put out an MMORPG where like the cartoons came alive. Do you guys remember? Is this like Lost Media? Do you
No,
guys
the
remember this one?
only Cartoon Network game I ever really played was that like beach adventure thing. All I need to know what I'm talking about. It was like a beach, like a resort, kind of you're trying to save the resort or something, and it had all
Dude,
the classic Cartoon Network characters.
Maybe next week I'll bring up the like Cartoon Network games. It feels like a fucking Lost Media because some of that shit was like fucking.
I think
was
there is a lot
wild.
of a lot of like preservation work going on in that field. Actually, it's kind of interesting.
Some little internet archaeology. I like it.
Yeah, like the Flash
Meanwhile,
games in
I
general,
will-
dude. It's kind of crazy.
Meanwhile, I will bring up Jib Jab.
Oh, fuck off!
classic-
Fuck you.
This
classic-
land is your land. This land is my land.
Everyone loves Jib Jab if you're old enough.
Dude, when
but,
I was 12, that was the funniest shit, dude. The farting elves, dude. Oh my god.
Jib jab.
dude, Jib Jab was the best. We may do Jib Jab Fridays, but unfortunately, we're kind of running short on time. So I just want to thank all of our listeners for making it through another episode with us. We're gonna have to really review this one with a fine eye before we publish
We're gonna have
it,
to
'cause it
start upping the quality very soon, but not
does-
yet.
Yeah. But thank you guys again for the Trash Beer Podcast, the only society and culture show where three dudes get drunk and discuss the latest in current events, dating, and politics. I have had 10 beers. I'm ready to call it. What about you two?
I am currently at 4. I did not drink much tonight.
I am at 8, and I'm feeling good.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Take care.
Peace.